What's up, everyone? It's Teddy, aka JamesKisau and MTGO, coming at you with a Friday Grixis Control video. This is coming out while I am at Eternal Weekend, so wish me luck. And it's also coming a little late since I usually try to do these on the week they come out. For those of you who don't know, Spider-Man or Through the Omenpaths just came out. It is the newest standard legal set, so we have some new cards to play with. However, I wasn't really clamoring to make this video because Eternal Weekend was coming and I wanted to dedicate the Friday main series videos to finding the best 75 for Grixis Control to get ready for the arguably the biggest legacy tournament of the year. And B, none of the cards really spoke to me. None of the cards were really cards that I was interested in trying out. And in the past, I haven't been interested about stuff, but then it comes to light that there are some very powerful cards for Grixis Control. What's a good example of that? I guess Murktide Regent was one I was pretty late to coming around on. Kaito was evident from the very start. If you watch the Duskmorn release week video, I was just like, ooh, we got a good card finally. I'll think of an example later, but I think it's kind of a double whammy this time. I don't see any cards that could even conceivably be good for Grixis Control, but we're going to do it anyways, like we did that with Edge of Eternities. Quantum Riddler, I think, if you had to pick a card out of that set for the deck, would be my nomination there. Same with Bloomburrow. It's really important to play with new cards. You don't want to discount any new technology. You want to stay up on things. And furthermore, you want to just get experience with them. So when you go up against them, you have some knowledge of their inner working and dynamics when they hit the battlefield or the stack, as it may be. So I've picked a few cards that I think will be the least embarrassing in the deck, and I actually added 2 copies of one of them because there just weren't really enough things to make this an interesting video. But it'll be Grixis Control at the end of the day. It'll be fun no matter what. But here we go. Let's talk about them. No lands, no 1-drops, but we do have this instant Detect Intrusion for 1 and a blue. You counter target instant spell, sorcery spell, or triggered ability. So it's a little bit like Consign to Memory in that it can't hit activated abilities, but there are a lot of powerful triggered abilities that we've found out with Consign to Memory, and this has kind of a lot of application. It reminds me a little bit of Flusterstorm. It's not as good as Flusterstorm. Well, I guess it's better than Flusterstorm in some situations if your opponent has a lot of mana up, but it also has In Web for 1 blue, which is an alternate cast. Essentially, you can pay blue and return a tapped creature to your hand to pay blue for this. I hope I'm right about that. 1 second. Yes, I am right. And we're no stranger to doing that since we do that with ninjutsu technically, although that has to be an unblocked creature. So it will be a little bit easier to proc or enable in Web's alternate casting cost than ninjutsu a lot of the time. That being said, it is a little narrow. Instant sorcery triggered ability is a little more specialized than just colorless spell triggered ability. Is that true? Maybe it's not. I'm not sure. I think they're about equal the more I think about it. Colorless is a huge restriction, but so is instant or sorcery. I think it will be matchup dependent. Regardless, I'm comfortable enough putting this in the main board, and we'll see how it performs. Next card, Gobin, Gene Splice Savant on the front side, and Fleam, Gobin's creation on the back. Front side is a 1 blue, 1/1. You know, got some Bowmaster issues, but that's okay. It can't be blocked, which is sick. So it's an invisible stalker at the floor, although invisible stalker also has hexproof, I think. When Gobin deals combat damage to a player, he connives. That's pretty good. We like conniving. That's conniving. Ledger Shredder has shown how good conniving can be. So I guess the hope is that Gobin will scale up in time for Bowmasters to, or in time before Bowmasters can snipe it. And then at some point you can pay 1 blue, black, red, which are the colors of our deck, to transform Gobin into Fleam, or you can also cast Fleam for 1 blue, black, red. It's a 3/3 with Flying and Menace, pretty sick. Spells you cast from your graveyard cost 2 less to cast. Cling to Dust, Snapcaster Mage, kind of cool. And then each non-land card in your graveyard has Mayhem, and the Mayhem cost is equal to its mana cost. Mayhem is going to be pretty hard for us to proc, I guess, unless we Thoughtseize ourselves. But then, like, that's a 1 mana cost reduction, I guess. Specifically, you'd pay black at some point in there as well. I don't know. It's pretty weird. I guess if someone makes us discard something, we could mayhem a Kolaghan's Command or something. I don't know. I don't think this is really going to work out the way you want it to, but there could be a version of Grixis Control that's built more around mayhem and discard outlets. There's no way I'm going to play Faithless Looting. I'm sorry, folks. But I'd also be a little wary of building your deck around a 4-drop that is Hydro or blue and red blastable and lightning boltable. I said I wasn't very excited to play with these cards, but I'm always excited to play with new cards. I think like just on the scale of excitability, I'm not super up there, but it'll be interesting to see these cards in action. All right, so let's move on. The Terminus of Return is a 1 black artifact with indestructible. First indestructible card in the 75 ever, I think. You can tap it to add a black. When was the last time we had a playable ramp spell? Like never. It was like Fable the Mirrorbreaker. Still a playable card, by the way. I just don't choose to run it. I prefer other 3-drops that are a little more malleable. Anyways, you can pay 6 and black, tap it, and exile a creature you control to harness it. So that's kind of like, you know, going monstrous or getting the city's blessing. It's just something you do, and then that permanent is designated harnessed until the end of time. And then Origin, at the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. I guess Origin procs when this is harnessed. These are missing some text, I've noticed, but that's okay. So kind of a cool card. Sometimes we'll have expendable creatures. It's really the 6 black that I'm not sure we're ever going to be able to pull off. But if we do, we have this indestructible mono rock that will recur creatures, which is sick. Okay, moving on. Oh, that's it. Let's go over to the sideboard. I'm playing 1 copy of Krasda. The Swarm is 1. It's a 1 red with Riot. It's a 2/1, which is sick because Riot means if you're up against a Bowmaster deck, throw that 1/1 counter on there. If you're not, Haste. Haste rocks. Haste is one of the most busted abilities ever, and I've been playing a little more Modern Jund lately. I'm trying to get a video together for that. Bloodbraid Elf has haste. I love it. However, the rest of this card is kind of flavor text, except, well, we'll get into it. Other spiders you control have Riot. We don't have any other spiders, I'm afraid. Spells and abilities can't be countered. So, we are a deck that counters spells and abilities. This might be a huge nombo. You can't force, you can't consign, you can't Nimble Obstructionist. Nimble Obstructionist is not in this list, but if you're trying to integrate Krasda into a more traditional version of my Grixis Control deck, I warned everyone. I'm trying to think of situations where this is good, and I'm thinking like, I was trying to think of combo decks that try to like counter our discard spells and stuff like that, and I was having a hard time, but maybe one will reveal itself. We'll see. And then the last part's kind of cool. Damage can't be prevented, so no more One Ring Fog. I mean, you still won't be able to target your opponent with like Orcish Bowmaster pings, since they'll have protection from everything. But if they have to pass the turn, you can attack them and deal damage. So that's kind of cool. Yep, we're really grasping at straws here, but I have 5 cards in the 75. 2 of them are the same card, but that's okay. And we're going to hop in there, see how they do, because it's important to play new cards. And that's it. All right. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're at the big 2K now. Channel intro is on the way. Yeah, thanks so much for the support, everybody. And I hope everyone's having a great time at Eternal Weekend. I hope I'm having a great time at Eternal Weekend. And yeah, let's jump into these matches. Well, let's get this underway, huh? No new cards in the hand. And it's a 1-lander. We're on the draw, though. Opponent's keeping 7. I think I would keep this hand most of the time. They have Urza's Saga. And Manifold Key? Okay. Yeah, we're going to want to Thoughtseize for sure. We hit our land, too, which means we're free to get a Badlands, which is great news. See what's going on. Yep. Okay. I don't really want to take Portable Hole. I mean, I don't really want to take Tezzeret, but I'd take that over Portable Hole for sure. So we'll do that. Their hand does not do much. And they're going to be tapping that Ancient Tomb, I think. At least twice. Because I think they want these constructs. Narset's not bad. Let's play Strix. Work towards another land, and then throw up some nice attrition fodder there. I don't think there's any chance they want to use Portable Hole on Strix. That Manifold Key, though, like, if they go in hard enough on these constructs, it might be bad. Getting the workshop the research desk here. Hoping to dodge another Saga. Workshop, taps for 1. Pedal. I wonder if they're gonna... Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, that's pretty good to be honest. I'm at 12. Hit the land. Ugh, 5/5s. I hate 5/5s. We'll just try to, like, saw through these. The research desk is going to make it difficult to grind this out. Well, unless they never find red. Then it wouldn't be the worst, I guess. I wish they'd activate it, though. Pedal. Go into combat. Swing out. I guess I'll just Edict. I should brainstorm first. Tons of Bowmasters. I think I'll put 2 copies back. I don't think I need 4 Bowmasters in this game. Or do I? Not too late. And I guess, yeah, Underground Sea for sure. If I draw Bolt, double bolting the remaining construct is something I could do. Sounds like a gross misappropriation of resources, though. Do that. Try not to lose on the spot. That's 6. I'm hoping they activate the research desk and don't play another artifact, which appears to be happening. They hit Tower and Forge. I think they're going to want the Forge, but I'm not sure. They can't play it right now. Wait, yes they can. Shit. Oh wait, they chose Tower. That's good, right? I think that's good. Yeah, we need to beat this thing right now. I wish I could play Narset. But I think Bowmasters is, like, discouraging enough for most situations. Would have been nice to turn this Bolt onto them, but don't really have that option. Alright, send it back. This is not the right time for Fleam. Well, I guess it's a 3/3 beater. Wouldn't be the worst thing. They have tons of mana. Trying to dodge Ugin, I suppose. They're going to unearth the research desk. If they're still looking for action, I feel like I would have personally taken the Mystic Forge. They'll take Tezzeret. I do my best to ignore Tezzeret when I'm playing Grixis Control. I'll see if I can. What are they getting here? Soul Guide Lantern. Oh, I don't mind that. Not one bit. There goes Bolt. Another key. Yeah, Tezzeret's getting up there. But I think that's it. Yeah, I guess I should attack Tezzeret off the field. And then I should brainstorm right now too. Force of Will feels like it might tie this up. I really like that. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna go back to ignoring Tezzeret. Force, Edict something that really matters. If I ping them and attack for 4, they're at 7. They might not get much more mileage out of the Ancient Tomb. As always, you can't have Ugin. You can't. Does it change the clock that much if I don't? I mean, I feel like this is a mistake. If I'm gonna do it. If I lose, I don't know though, like Tezzeret does crazy stuff. Alright, they're getting their redraw. Maybe they would not have done that if I had attacked them though. They have another Nexus. And there's frickin' Ugin. Typical. Typical Ugin shit. I'll have to force this. I can't let them gain 3 life. Sad to lose Narset though. My clock is a lot sadder now. They probably don't need to tap Ancient Tomb anymore. This can surveil, so I will play it out. Yeah, we want them to, like, I don't know. Maybe they would dump in on like a Karn Lattice and I can exploit that with Edict. There's a lot we need to dodge, including whatever this 9 mana play is. Deck has a lot of bombs. Should have ignored Tezzeret. I should have done it. They would have been at 3. Oh, they are drawing a card. I mean, they are gonna also have blockers for days. Let's just hang out and let them resolve this Scry 7. 1 top, 6 bottom. Yeah, this is rough. I should have ignored Tezzeret. I knew it. I knew it. Flesh Raker. Now what? Tezzeret. Well, I don't want to lose any life. I'm edicting this right now. I don't want them to get any more mana either. They're going to tutor for Candelabra. It's a lot of mana. I doubt they want to cast it. Yeah, they want blockers. Alright, what will do it for me? Not Bolt. I mean, I might as well take it, though. I'll probably block, and go to 4. Yeah, I should have ignored the Tezzeret. Oh, God. Was I not supposed to take this Lightning Bolt? And there's no way they tap that Ancient Tomb, right? Maybe something with, like, Kozilek's Command happens, though, and they have to take, like, 1 damage or something. Then I can bolt them. Or maybe they'll just, you know, miss their draw. Their hand is Candelabra. Nice. Oh, it was close, though. Yeah, do I even really want to bring in Kraza? I mean, haste creatures are good. They just are, okay? I do have to be careful, though. Because a lot of the time I want to counter their stuff. Alright, Price, Meltdown, Consign Kraza. What a great combination. I'm on the draw, so I think I'm fine with 2 Thoughtseizes. Although I have some bad cards in my deck that I wouldn't really mind taking out. Like, we don't have time to grind with this, and I don't need a Mana Rock. Cling. I think we'll be good with 1 Gobin, yeah. And this will be able to counter Kozilek's Command, Urza's Saga Chapters, Ugin, Cast Trigger. No, that's simply not enough stuff. Baraggoyf is pretty bad against this deck. Not only are they very good at nullifying lifelink with Eldrazi spawns, but yeah, they can just pretty easily exile it with Kozilek's Command. Murktide's a little better. And then, yeah, I don't need this Badlands. We'll go in like that. This is similar to the game 1 hand, but we had more agency over what color we want to start on. That being said, we didn't have 2 Ponders. This hand has Meltdown and Thoughtseize. It's another weird-ass keep, especially since my opponent's taking a mulligan. Tower go. Alright. A lot of forgiveness in this ponder here. Like, we would take land, Force of Will, none of the above. I'll shuffle. Nice. Well, that's actually not a black source, so debatably not nice. They have the combo, but no 4-drop? Oh, they're playing around days. That's good for us. I don't want to risk missing a land here. So let's just get the Underground Sea here and Thoughtseize them and hope they only have 1 bomb. Doesn't seem incredibly likely, but we'll see. Oh, okay. Well, I suppose I'll take a Kozilek's Command. There's Saga. We have Meltdown for that. They have Grim Monolith that we saw in their hand. They drew Monolith for turn. I feel like they could have played out Flesh Raker and gotten some triggers, but not if they were trying to defend it from something. I can melt down both of these monoliths. Is that better than letting Saga run its course? I don't think so, because they could cast a huge Kozilek's Command in response. Oops, I did not really mean to do that. I meant to cast Brainstorm. I meant to make blue mana And I clicked the island in my hand instead of the island on the field. Ah, okay. Um, Not good. I was hoping for Force or Bolt, some 1 mana way to deal with Fleshraker. I could Ponder, but if I shuffle, they might go for it, and I don't want them to go for it. Let's put back Island Bowmasters. And yeah, cast Ponder. What if I shuffle and hit Thoughtseize? There's only one of those. Gobin. I'll shuffle. Hit Ponder. One more look at Force. I'm gonna bluff. My hand is powerful, but their deck is more powerful than mine, so if they go for it, they will win. If they don't, I think we'll be okay. Hope they just like make constructs into the meltdown. Another saga? Like if they just go for the huge Kozilek's command here, they will get me. But thank God they are not. Thank God they are not doing that. I have to hold this. I suppose I could play a Murktide at least, so I don't get like crushed in the meantime. This might incentivize them to cast Kozilek's command for 9. Oh wait, they can't do that. Oh yes, they can. 1, 2, 3. Especially if they wait till next turn. Yeah, maybe I should wait until the meltdown. If I snap Thoughtseize, they'll just fire that anyways. They wouldn't really be able to choose the mode where they Scryax and draw, or would they? I don't know. No matter how you look at it, this is not going to be good. And I was hoping to just counter it. Yeah, that would be great. Kaito's on top of the deck. Why don't I snap Brainstorm and actually just try to counter this thing? I don't want to deal with it. Because I just need to hold up Bolt. And I guess I'm doing this first. So they can't do it when I'm tapped out. Okay, cool. Almost. It's almost cool. But it's not cool. Shit. Oh, I'm scared. I mean, if they just like dedicate their life to making constructs, this could be okay. It's not cheap. There's another one that can make constructs. Now they're gonna tutor a 0 or 1 costing artifact here. Candelabra. That is a lot of constructs. What on earth is going on here? They're making a construct, sure. Now are they gonna untap? Yep. That's pretty good. I really hope they don't pull the trigger on this until my turn. I need to hit it with Consign, but it looks like I'm out of luck in that regard. They're doing the draw mode though, so at least that. Alright, Bolt, Fleshraker, I guess. Yeah. Can't really afford to be taking any damage here. And I feel like the Monolith mana is kind of spoken for. They want 1 top, 1 bottom. They haven't played a land yet, right? Oh, shit. That's pretty good. I'm not going to leave them with much in the way of resources, but it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. And now, like, I can't Bowmaster the last construct either. And they're playing around Meltdown by not pushing an extra point of damage there. Alright, how the hell do I do this? I don't think it's going to be that easy. Melt down for 2. And then I guess Bowmaster the other construct. It's not looking good. That 1 ring was a good draw. Now this feels premature as well. I could also just Edict right now though. It's probably what I need to do. Puts me shields down on Consign to Memory. Which is not good when they're about to draw 2. Oh, that's not good. Yep. Resolving that 1 ring was a disaster. You can see what I mean now, how like Meltdown will keep them off some things, but the One Ring is really the only one that matters. They have 4 Manifold Keys? Huh. Okay, all we need to do is cast one more spell, which Tezzeret can tutor. Okay, they figured it out. They were about to pass through to my turn. I was like, what are you doing? Too bad. You can see the difference between One Ring and not. That being said, if they drew a little worse off those, I think we could have gotten there. I guess I'll take Opposition Agent. They have more search effects than ever now. Gosh, that game got me feeling a little competitive. I'm cutting Gobin. I want to take this down. That didn't sit right with me. Alright, I'll take the play. And I'm going to mulligan this. Alright, I see how it is. Opponent's taking a mulligan as well, but we're going down to 5. This hand's not bad. Opponent's also down to 5. It's merciful. I think I'm dropping Kolaghan's Command and Ponder. You could have made an argument for bottoming Strix over either card, I suppose. Mostly Ponder. Okay, cool. Their hand is incredibly stacked. But yeah, the One Ring is the one that matters most. So we'll take that one. They have one of each bomb. Not the mana to cast it. Tower go. Send it back. I wish I kept that Kolaghan's Command now. But there's no way to know I would have drawn a land. Ancient Tomb. So I could have cast Strix last turn. It would have been super risky, but I could have done it. Kraza. Alright, well, that's not happening before Consign to Memory, that's for sure. Play Strix. Get on board. Brazen Bar was kind of nice. I think I'd rather counter Mystic Forge. So I guess I'm just letting Karn resolve, which feels insane. What the hell is this? If this is just a Kozilek's command to ramp up to their spell, could be worse. And they go bottom. Trying to dodge Planar Nexus here. Really want them to spend life. Pedal. But now that I think about it, like what happens if they plus with Karn? That would be bad, right? I think we're doing this. Mystic Forge has a little bit of a fail rate. A tiny one. Tameo. That's not bad. I think Kraza is going to have to come down as a surprise, like, oh, you thought you stabilized behind the One Ring? I think that's how I'm going to choose to play Kraza here. I think Petty Theft will be Time Walk here, if they play Mystic Forge. Manifold Key, yep. Opal. Portable Hole. They don't want to face Tameo, that's fine. That wasn't the one that was dealing damage. So their last card's Mystic Forge. Nice. Probably still stick to the plan though, right? Like I should probably bounce Mystic Forge. I don't know. Candelabra's fine. Okay. Play Bowmasters. Attacking them down to 8. Well, now that I drew this land, I guess I'll do both. I guess I'll play Kraza and bounce this. Everything will be face up, but I mean... Is that true? Almost want them to tap out for a One Ring and grow my Orc army. It's just a waste of mana, that's all. It's like just a question of whether you want to bluff or not. Because I'll know they can't use Ancient Tomb if I do this. It's not lethal either way. It's a hit for 5, and then 5 again, they'll go to 1. I don't know why, but this feels right. The element of surprise of Kraza. Like they could squeeze an extra mana out of Ancient Tomb with Candelabra. So they go +1 like that. But at what cost, you know? They do not exile the top card of their library. Maybe they think they can't afford to. Bolt would also be nice. That should do it. Bowmasters. And Kraza. Give it haste. Miraculously, we pulled it off. Okay. So far, we are 1-0. We are back for round number 2. And there's Gobin / Flame, so we'll give this hand a shot. Can't be blocked. It's a 1-1. Sewers probably indicates a Bowmaster deck. I don't know if I want to play Gobin into this. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. If I get the overwhelming feeling that the coast is clear, Baleful Strix would be a much better play. Tameo. Alright. I really don't like... I just realized I don't really like the play pattern. Because if I attack Tameo right now, they can bolt. So it's better to wait for that transforming trigger, but then they'll get a clue. So it kind of just really sucks. Who knew? Oh wait, this is their main phase? Damn. Are they gonna... Yeah. Well, this went as well as it could have, I guess. Wait, no it couldn't. It's their main phase. Fuck. Yeah, this is bad. I talked myself into distracting circumstances. Force of will. Play Strix. That's a good card. Daze. What am I facing right now? Probably blue-black Reanimator or something like that. I don't know. They'll plus. I'll bolt. They'll get there too for one. They're going to reanimate my Strix. This gets pretty good for me if I can find Petty Theft. In the meantime, it's pretty annoying. Cling. Well, I need a land drop, so let's go grab Underground Sea. Bolt Tameo. Couldn't you just be happy with your 2-for-1? We'll make this a 4-for-3, I guess. And then pitching Gobin. The dust has settled. You're still pretty far ahead. They have an Underground Sea in hand. Maybe they'll Entomb Reanimate, and I can take advantage of that situation. The fact that they spew to Reanimate on Baleful Strix makes me kind of feel like they have another one, but we'll see. There's that card again. Here we go. As long as their last card is not Daze, I would be furious. Cling that. Wonderful. So Archon's still out there, and that card's pretty scary, but for the most part, the deck is nicely defanged, and we're back to equal on cards, thanks to Entomb. I'll give them the opportunity to cantrip here. Ponder gets Bowmastered. Definitely take out Strix. Is their last card Fatal Push? Seems like no. Ponder will shuffle. And now we will go on the offensive. If they have Bowmasters, I want them baited out, so I'm just going to attack here. I don't think they have Bowmasters. I'm just going to hold up Cling, though. I feel like Archon is one of the only things that can really screw things up for me here. Well, I guess Murktide would be kind of bad, too. That's probably what they have, right? At least it will be a Murktide that can't really attack. There's that. I'm going to eliminate another, I guess, instant before Murktide has resolved. If something really crazy happens and I hit a blue card, but I did not, and I might have been able to force. You know, playing Narset's pretty good, though. It's going to gain me a lot of life if they choose to attack it. The land was not a great draw, but that's okay. Activate, take Edict, play land, get bad lands, I suppose. Cast Edict. Smash for 4. I could have played around Daze, but I think they're just more likely to have it next turn if I wait for their draw step. They have 2 cards. I think I could even beat Archon at this point. I think I sacrifice the army. They don't draw. Oh wait, I don't have to beat Archon. Oh wait, I would have to if they had Animate dead. Very good. Alright. We'll take the Red Blasts, the Spell Bomb, the Surgicals, the FPs, the Kraza, I think. No. What am I saying? Well, honestly, like, is this one of the best Kraza matchups? Since, like, we are attacking their combo by... Okay, I finally found a good example. We don't want our Surgicals or Cling to Dust to get countered. I'm bringing this in, and I'm bringing these out. I don't think this is a really good idea, but I've never liked Force of Will against this deck, because it's essentially Delver, but they can do something so powerful, like Reanimate, that you kind of have to bring Force of Will in. And that's like the kernel, that's like the essence of the problem, why I think people want this deck banned. Okay. Am I really doing this? I guess so. I guess so. Honestly, it's pretty good. I feel like they're the one who's countering spells in this matchup. I'm the one, like, removing shit. And I guess I'll keep Detect Intrusion. Wait, I need 6 cuts. How about Kolaghan's Command, Barrogoyf, 1 Bolt, Badlands. Am I allowed to cut new cards? How about 1 Goben? I don't want them reanimating Fleam, okay? I don't even think they can. I'm gonna... It's only from my graveyard. I should have put better creatures in this deck. But I don't think I'll really have time to even play a Mono Rock in this matchup. Hand's good. Got the old Thoughtseize Surgical. Bolt if they're playing Tameo, Surgical if they're reanimating. Covers a lot of ground. The only problem with this hand is that there's no stable blue mana available to it at present, but maybe that won't matter very much. We'll see. We did not get Wastelanded last game. They're gonna Ponder. That's good news for me. If I top deck Force of Will, there's some consideration to not Thoughtseize. I'm still gonna do it, I think. Validating Days is whatever, I think. Just take Murktide Regent. They can Thoughtseize me. My hand is not that good. And if they're trying to combo, they have to get through Force and Surgical. And I think they would take the the Surgical, since Force costs 2 cards. But if they're not even trying to combo, then like they're probably going to ignore Surgical. They took Ponder. What if I extracted Murktide Regents? Would that be entirely unhinged? They have resources to cast one. 1 unknown card in hand. I do Snapcaster Mage. That makes this like fairly free. And then I don't even have to like play around Murktide Regent for the rest of the game. That's kind of dope. Barrogoyf. The nasty one. 4 Entombs, but no Archon, no Atraxa. Why would you keep an Entomb, I wonder? I feel like I'd rather have the Reanimates than the Entombs, but... That's very interesting. If I can extract Barrogoyf... Voidwalker is annoying, but there's no Bowmasters. So if I force Barrogoyf, well then I won't be able to snap Surgical. Alright, whatever. We'll figure this out. Although, yeah, I didn't think about that being a tapped land. I might actually have some breathing room here. Bin the land. I want a blue card. Or like Fatal Push or something. That'll do. Ponder. Resolves. I guess I could just like snap Thoughtseize to the Barrogoyf. But I feel like actually removing Barrogoyf from this game would be better. Sounds fun, right? If I top deck a land, I can cast Flame, but I don't see Fleam's value here. Brainstorm is sick. Cast it. Put back Bolt and Gobin. Island Cycle. Why didn't I didn't check for Wasteland? I feel insane. I could go back and check the tapes, but I don't know. It's fine. Let's accept that I made a mistake. I need to be a little harder on myself before Eternal Weekend. Ponder's fine. They must be looking for like force backup or something. There's Thoughtseize. I'm gonna brainstorm in response. Okay. Yeah. What do I do? I think I'm gonna hide Narset on top. And then I'm gonna cast it. Every blue deck hates to see this card. Activate. Ooh. Okay. Well, they kind of got me on the run here. Take Cling. I mean, it's entirely possible that I'll be able to hit like an Edict or something off Narset next turn. And I guess an extreme emergency. Well, I might not be able to double bolt either. I don't have like a bunch of red sources right now. Baraglyph is in. Is there a unique type hanging out? Not really. It's only a 4/5. I guess Snapcaster Mage, if I was able to get rid of that, would make it a 3/4. But that doesn't matter that much. I'm about to bolt Tameo, so I don't think really should be worrying about that too much. Bolt there. Okay. Bowmasters. Now it does kind of matter. Take the Edict. Cast the Edict. Yeah, okay. Ready for Reanimate. Ready for Brazen Borrower. No brainstorms allowed. And I know they're not playing Bowmasters, so let's just start moving through the deck here. Another Edict. An embarrassment of riches. Send it back. I do need a clock, but I feel like we've taken control of this game pretty well. Play Bowmasters. Take out Brazen Borrower. They will Fatal Push the Bowmasters, despite Narset being out. We've almost ground them out. I feel like they drew Reanimate, which is actually pretty good if they target Snapcaster Mage, but they're targeting Bowmasters. That's also pretty good. Are they going to target Narset? Yep. Not bad. I might have been too hasty, but I want to make my bid to like protect Narset. Now what do I do? I'm going to bolt Bowmasters. I'm not going to count on like drawing Petty Theft. Okay. I'm going to attack. I think this is fine. They have one more Reanimate they're drawing towards. And I would say that Douthie Voidwalker and Baraglyph are the two more troublesome cards they could draw. Let me get my creatures out of here. And Planeswalker, I guess. Nothing notable. Don't hate the Force of Will. Like, we've ground this out entirely. We just need to end the game now, pretty much. Might have misappropriated the lightning bolts. But I didn't want to, like, you know, lose out of nowhere. They also don't play Bowmasters of their own, so I think I will cast Bowmasters here. If we go into Eternal Weekend and the accepted Blue-Black Reanimator 75 is without Bowmasters, I think that'll be very good for me. Or very good for this matchup, I mean. Maybe good for me, I don't know. We'll see what happens. 5 lands hit exile. Days. I cannot pay. Beautiful. This will be a lot of damage if I recast the Bowmasters before damage. I don't think it's necessary. I think I'll just shoot to force whatever they do. And yeah, damn, we're doing okay so far. We took down, I guess, you could argue the two top decks of the format in Carnforge Ring and Blue-Black Reanimator. What's next? Back at it again for round number 3. Opponent's taking a mulligan. I'll keep this. Hopefully we get our lands naturally, but if we don't, thought-seizing mulligan is always nice. And this Force of Will is technically free from a card advantage theory standpoint, since they're starting down a card. Oh, it's Cloudpost. None of this might matter. I need a land and I need some Bowmasters like right now. Great, there's part 1. Thought sees you. I don't like that Glimmer Post one bit. Probably just the one ring. I can't justify forcing stock up. And then Karn is also annoying. This hand's really good. Yeah, the one ring is the one card. That is not permissible. If you look at my current hand, I don't have anything that can stymie or punish it. There's Glimmer Post. They have 3 mana this turn, but nothing to do with it. I guess I'm glad they got the Glimmer Post out of the way, instead of it gaining them even more life down the road. Let's cast Ponder here. Barragoyf could be pretty good. There's Bowmasters. Yeah, these cards are all pretty good. I can't bolt this turn, but next turn, maybe I just want to play Barragoyf. So I could put Bowmasters 2 down in case I really need to bolt Karn, I guess. I feel like a couple turns from now, the play will be Bowmasters Lightning Bolt. But maybe I just Edict Karn and bolt them. Ever think about that? One thing's for certain, we need to be highly aggressive here. And I'm wondering, do I need to force stock up if I have all these cards that can technically trade for Karn? I guess so. Doesn't seem right. If they cast Karn right now, I'll just force though. I don't want to have to take a turn off developing my clock. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. This would be the point I would force, and then yeah, maybe I can just stick them with what they have. I mean, it might be good stuff all the same, but it also might not be. I don't know. Alright, play Barragoyf. Even if they somehow generate enough mana to get Mycosynth Lattice out, I can attack Karn off the field probably. They're going to stock up again. That's looking like a hit with Barragoyf to me. Unless they have mainboard Dismember. I'm not counting on that, but it would have been a reason to get Karn in the graveyard first. Island. Chalice on 1. That's a little rough. I'll draw Bowmasters. Take Gobin. And pass the turn. See what they do. It is crazy how slow Barragoyf feels, though. I do like flash creatures quite a bit. Check. Alright, I just had a crazy moment. I think everything's working fine. Yeah, I don't love Barragoyf against Kozilek's command decks for this reason as well. Oh, I should have played Bowmasters. I'm losing my shit right now. Ooh, that was bad. That was real bad. Got distracted. It's kind of a lot of damage missed out on. At least 2. I'll take the land. And I think I'm going to hold up Edict. But I could cast Gleam. But I don't really know what that's going to do for me. I could cast Cling to Dust for 2 mana and have it be countered by Chalice of the Void. I mean, getting more on board is important, but it's not like I'm putting a win on the table for next turn. I think I still need a little more time, you know. This looks like Ugin, which is terrible. Oh, it's Thundertrap Trainer. Well, that blocks really well. I guess it's time for Fleam. They got stock up. They're going to grind this out. That one missed. That's nice. Alright. Looking for stuff like Kolgon's Command, Bowmasters. Yeah, I feel like I just need to do this. There you go, folks. I hope you're happy. It's kind of insane to me that they haven't played a land for so long, but there they go. Eldrazi Confluence. Oh, that's so good. Devastating. And I have a Portent of Calamity. I think we can go to the next game very soon. Karn. Going for the Lattice. Yeah. I'm not really feeling like grinding this out. Let's take Red Blast and Consign. I'll take Agent, I think. Well, I don't really search their deck that much, do they? Interesting. Price. Like, I feel like, yeah, the point of these videos is to test the new cards, but what if they're just, like, not relevant for the matchup? Am I allowed to side them out? Let's do this. And then Cling. A Badlands. Yeah, Baragoyf was pretty rough there. I guess I'll take a Meltdown, too. I don't like having answers that are just, like, specifically for Chalice. But they usually have, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they had Urza's Saga. Or maybe I would be. Maybe I would be surprised. I'm not sure. Let's find out. Let's play first. And yeah, hand seems pretty good. I like Narset in this matchup, even though Thundertrap Trainer generates card advantage in a different way. Opponent takes a mulligan. Right now I'm thinking I'm going to pitch Brazen Borrower, although Petty Theft can be pretty effective at bouncing Chalice of the Void, and then you can like cash out your 1-drops or like brainstorm them away or something. So we'll see if they do. But speculatively, I think that is the best option of the 3 here. Bolt, I'm going to bend that. It's not coming at the right time. Oh, that was a good draw. But they take a while to get there, so why don't we just keep it up? Keep the pressure coming. There's this tower. Sure. Alright, now we're going to slam Narset, which is pretty sweet. Because it means I don't have to really worry about the One Ring so much. And let's take... tough one. Kind of want to take Red Blast, but I think our red mana might be kind of choked. Kolgon's Command is a little redundant. I think I will take Red Blast. If I don't make too many more land drops, it might be hard to have efficient turns. And Red Blasting stock up is quite nice. Ancient Tomb, I hope they tap that a lot. If that was another Chalice on 1, that would be pretty funny. Portent of Calamity, X equals 3. For each card type, you exile a card from among them, put the rest into your graveyard. So they could potentially draw 3 cards, but I think I'm going to take my chances here. They drew 2. A 4-mana draw 2. It's not bad with the selection. They get Confluence or Sync and Thundertrap Trainer. Yep. So they don't need a land is what they're saying. Let's activate again. Take Brainstorm. Melt for 1. Attack for 1. And is it too dangerous to ponder to look for a land? Can I just rely on Force and Consign to get to the next turn? I think so. I don't think I need to hold up Red Blast right now. But Red Blasting Portent, it feels nice. Glimmer Post. Hate it. You might think it doesn't do much, but it's a very strong card. Kind of sad to have to use my Consign already, but I don't really want to force. They don't have a follow-up. There's the land. Also got to watch out for Eldrazi Confluence's Scions, since those are 1/1s that could defeat Narset potentially. Cast Ponder. I'll shuffle. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna brainstorm now. Sure. Put back a force and a force, I think. It could be edict. Like, the second force would be really good if I was clocking effectively, but I'm not. Trading might be a little better. Then again, I don't want Ugin or Karn to resolve, so yeah, I'll put back the edict. Then I'll Thoughtseize them. See what I like to take. Yeah, take the Ugin. Damn. Things work out sometimes. Double Ancient Tomb. The towers aren't doing anything until they hit Planar Nexus, so that's kind of nice. If they need more firepower, they might start tapping Ancient Tomb. Red Blast the stock up. Gosh, this would be easier if I was clocking harder, but it's all good. All I really need is Price of Progress. There we go. But I could also see like Snap Red Blast this turn. I guess getting Snap on board would also really speed up these proceedings. Ancient Tomb, go. No Thunder Trap Trainer with Offspring is interesting. Whoops. Well, that's embarrassing. There we go. Can't get enough of those edicts. They keep showing up. They could tap all their non-Ancient Tomb lands and cast Eldrazi Confluence and Spatial Contortion my whole board. Alright, Snap Consign. You'll love to do it. What the hell's this? Disruptor Flute? God, that's annoying. What to do about that? If I force, then they could Thunder Trap Trainer, all that. Do I care that much about Eldrazi Confluence, though? Are they just gonna, like, trade off with everything? Maybe I could effectively get, like, 2 more damage in if I Petty Theft the Flute. Because I think the important thing to counter is Thunder Trap Trainer. Let's use Petty Theft as shock here. Although now I don't have the mana to cast Consign to Memory, so yeah. But they did it anyways. Now they could name Force of Will, but they don't. That's good. I convinced my opponent. They also can't block Baleful Strix, which is cool. They're just going to block Bowmasters. Alright, they're at 8. Price of Progress off the top will do the trick. Looks like they're gearing up to draw some cards, though. I'm going to lose Narset anyways. I don't really want these spawns gone. They already have all the mana they could want. Although having to tap Ancient Tomb is, like, not really free, you know? Force that. They're taking 4. This will turn off their Ancient Tombs. I might just Edict. Keep them pretty low on mana. That seems kind of ridiculous, though, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not Ugin mana, regardless. If they cast Ugin, things could get out of control. There's no denying that, as things often do with Ugin. I'm just gonna hold it. Oh, Not sure what this could mean. Okay. I guess the plan was probably block these two with the Scions. Well, I don't think our plan changes one bit. Like, Meltdown didn't see any other targets other than Chalice. But as an answer to Chalice, I guess it was just good enough. Which is funny, like, we'd prefer to just ignore Chalice if we could. Which I guess would mean setting out a Thoughtseize. But Thoughtseize is, like, not a bad turn 1 play. If all their stuff is, like, pretty Force of Will worthy anyways, you know? Especially the One Ring. Detect Intrusion can counter Kozilek's Command, Eldrazi Confluence, Portent of Calamity. It's not very good, but it is blue. I think we're just going to run it back. You can counter a Chalice with the Void trigger, is what it can do. Are we trusting in this? It's nuts to play the game on. I think Gobin's gonna go the distance. Can't be blocked. Conniving. Moving me through my deck. I have Force of Will. That's kind of the most important part. Alright, not a bad draw. Ponder. Yeah. Sure, we'll just go in order, huh? I'll draw that land just in time. We're kind of hoping they go Chalice. Planar Nexus pass. Alright, play that. Can be blocked. Connives when it deals combat damage. Could be pretty good. Glimmer Post. Oh. They have 5 mana. Cran. Why not just counter this, right? I feel like that's the reasonable thing to do. Alright. Connive. Tough one. I think I'm discarding Edict, right? Yeah. So, cool thing is, Fleam will retain those +1/+1 counters, right? Because it's transforming. God, they have so much mana. Don't really know how this works out unless they just start playing weaker cards like Chalice of the Void and stuff. I can't fight over stuff like Stock Up. Yep. Go for it. I'm starting to really feel like I need Price of Progress to pull this off. Oh, that's so good. I should bolt. Get in there. Probably discarding Kolaghan's Command. Nope, I'm going to discard Edict again. Alright. Yeah, pass. 7 cards, though. With as much mana as they have. Don't know how we really do this. Fortunately, that did not significantly increase their mana. They'll stock up again, that's fine. Eldrazi Confluence. Let's counter it. Try and keep him off balance here. Land. Might need to discard that if I hit a blue card here. I do. I don't get a 1/1 counter. But maybe I can get across the line. If I force and then Snap Consign the One Ring. Snapcaster Mage. Target Consign. Consign the One Ring. Force of Negation. Targeting Consign. Okay. Force the One Ring. It worked. Chalice on 1. Alright, so I'll hit for 5. Really hoping to rip Price of Progress here. Damn. I mean, there's still the Connive. There's still the Connive. Damn. What does 4 mana give me? I don't think much. I think next turn it's gonna be like really tight, and I'm gonna have to like hopefully hit Price off of Ponder, probably. I guess that's where we're at. They definitely have a lot of mana. And probably counter magic, because they're not doing anything. Destroy target artifact, deal 2 to them, I guess. Or have them discard 3 cards in hand. Yeah, I'll have them discard. I don't think this is going to resolve, though. Oh, if I hit a land, though, if I dealt 2 to them, I could have, like, transformed Gobin, I guess, and transformed and had lethal. But yeah, it didn't resolve, so no big deal. I hit the land. Do I transform? I don't think so. I think the Connive is better. Yeah, I think I'll just discard this swamp, right? see if they miss. Karn. For what, Ensnaring Bridge? Walking Ballista is also insane here. But Ensnaring Bridge is the take. And I have no attackers, because they have a land to play as well. Well, that's not good. Meltdown will do it. Price of Progress, as always. Kolaghan's Command. Bowmasters will prevent me from getting latticed, I guess. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Wow. Hell yeah. They might still have counter magic. Damn. Well, that's a bummer. I guess they still have to lattice me, but it took every card in their hand to get here at least. Yep. Good shit. Wild game, huh? You can't be mad about losing games like that, because like if things were just a little different in either direction, clearly things would have been different. Oh, look at this hand. We got a couple new cards. We gotta keep it. We're not hurting for lands. We're hurting for action, that's for sure. Bloodstained Mire, Underground Sea, Ponder. Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say this is Grixis Control. They also just shuffled. It might be Storm. It's probably Storm. That was not a good draw. Although now I can cast Lorien Revealed, potentially. I'm gonna keep that as well. Just in case we're playing against blue-black depths. I just want like a removal spell, you know? What am I facing? Well, it's time to ramp. Time for some ramp and Grixis Control. Can't Kolaghan's Command this thing. And we're looking at a turn 3 Fleam. How crazy is that? And the one cool thing about Fleam is that... Oh shit. If I had Cling to Dust right now, that'd be so cool, right? I could cast it off the terminus of Return. But yeah, one cool thing about Fleam is that if you get Thought Seized and they Thought Seize a instant or card with flash, and they hit the Force Blue card, Classic attracts a shit. Fleam will let you cast the Thought Seized card, which is kind of cool. Also, if they take, what's it called? Tamiyo and cast it, I won't even have sights on Atraxa with this Edict if I top deck Force of Will. They wastelanded me. So it goes. And they had Archon in hand. Interesting stuff. Alright, I need to find backup for this Edict. And even then it's not great. Let's look for it. That's not it. Let's shuffle. Narset. Not bad. Yeah, on their upkeep I'm going to Edict. They'll probably Force. And we'll get our first good exchange probably. I kind of have a basic swamp here, right? So if I do this... Yep, there's the Force. Pitching Ponder. They'll go to 17, I'll go to 11. Now they're reanimating the Archon as well. Not good. I don't think I have any outs left. What am I looking for? I don't even know. That. Years ago. Years ago. Alright. We already beat this deck with this deck, so... we don't have to count this match. We've already done that. We already know this deck with Flame is better than Blue-Black Reanimator, so... just don't worry about this match. I guess there's nothing wrong with having some more extra permission against Blue-Black Reanimator, so... I don't think I set it out Detect Intrusion the first match either. The first time we beat this deck. Yeah. Spellbomb ain't bad. I don't love Force either. Oh yeah, I did something insane, right? I like cited out all the forces and played Kraza, which is sick because, yeah, they protect against my graveyard interaction with Force Will and Daze. I like that. Sure. I probably cited out the Terminus of Return, but we're keeping it in this time. Like I said, we're just experimenting. This is not the most defensible hand, but the interaction is extremely relevant. I just need to ponder into a land, and if I can't do that, I just need to brainstorm into a land. And if I can't do that, what do you want me to say? Okay, sweet. Might be nice to draw that Edict. If they just go like Tamiyo Pass. Oh, they're doing the old discard to hand size trick. They think I'm that weak, huh? They think my deck is that shitty. Well, they're not exactly wrong, because I can't Red Blast to back up my Cling. If they have interaction, I'll just have to brainstorm and pray. Cling your Atraxa. It worked? What the hell, man? Well, that was pretty unexpected, I gotta say. Bowmasters. It's a good card. Let's brainstorm. Nice. No, I'm sorry, I should be putting back this mountain, because that will be my target for Bloodstained Mire. That way I can hold up Red Blast. And I think putting the swamp back would be way too greedy. So I'll put back Kolaghan's Command. Alright, you're up. The ideal land to get would be Volcanic Island, since Brazen Borrower is a double blue cast. Ponder. Yeah, I'll punish this. Now, I know you're saying they could Entomb Reanimate, but they actually didn't play a land on turn 1, so they could discard to hand size. So we don't have to worry about that. I turned on their Daze. Like a fool. They leveled me there. A lot of people side out Daze when they're on the draw, but it's kind of a level system. I personally don't side them all out if I'm playing Daze and I'm on the draw. It's more likely to be effective when your opponent doesn't think it's there. They took Brainstorm. Now I have Cling on the escape, but no Clock. Because I was hasty. I hope they try to reanimate my Bowmasters. No such luck. I'm not going to be able to get enough cards in the graveyard for another escaped Cling to Dust, I don't think. Before my next turn, they could be holding Entomb Reanimate right now. Folks, I'm ready to go. Let's trade some cards. Play some stuff. I'm guessing this will be Barrowgoyf. Yeah, baby. I'll just Edict. Let's trade some cards. I should really be using Cling to Dust. I think they're a little flooded. Thought sees me. You got it. If they take Red Blast and go Murktide, I do have Brazen Borrower. But that's about it. Okay, Barrowgoyf, sure. If they're not holding an instant, I could make this Barrowgoyf a little small. But they might be holding... Oh wait, no, sorry, there's no way to do this. Never mind. I'd have to exile all my creatures, Barrowgoyf. Getting this down to a 2-3 would be very difficult. Not to mention then it would... No, an instant needs to be the one that stays. Because we've all bolted the Goyf, and it never works. Yeah, I'll go after the lands. Then I guess sorceries after that. Well, that turns on Revolt, so that's nice. Kolaghan's Command, right after I annihilated every creature from my graveyard. There we go. Put that on top. Push Barrowgoyf. And hopefully they don't Entomb Reanimate. That would have been a really good reason to not Surveil. Yep. 4 mana. Okay, sure. That's fine. Let's try and get their last card out. probably like, what, Fatal Push? Is there any reason to really do that, though? I don't think so. There we go. Kaito should be able to take this game over. Then maybe I should be like bolting them instead. They're binning Murktide Regent. So their last card's probably not Hydroblast. Animate Dead, Baragoyf. Yep. So now I like need a red source. I need to bust through this thing. Man. I was never scared. But if they discard an enchantment, it's still not going to work. Okay, it was Entomb. Interesting they wouldn't cast that in response. Although they don't know I'm not playing Reanimate in this deck. Now I need to plus with Kaito. So I can stun Baragoyf again next turn. Brainstorm. I would love to Red Blast that, but it's also possible they just don't really hit on this. Oh, God. This person's killing me. Bitter Triumph. Cling. Well, I'll start by clinging Animate Dead, that's for sure. Shoot. Well, we might lose to the top decks here. I can't make this significantly smaller. It's too bad. Kraza. It's so close. I can hit them down to 4. I mean, I could chump with Kraza so they don't possibly get more card advantage off Baragoyf. I just don't know how good that actually is. We just don't want this to snowball. It's like, how many freaking Baragoyfs is this, though? It's like a lot of Baragoyfs. Too many Baragoyfs. That lifelink is diabolical. Surgical extraction. Not good enough. Baragoyf is the only creature in the graveyard, so if I hit Lightning Bolt and extract Baragoyf... No, sorry, there's also Murktide Regent. Never mind. This is rough stuff. Another Red Blast. True pain right now. They hit Tamiyo and 2 lands. That's very good for them. I'm gonna counter that too. Alright. How about it? A little help here? Oh god. It wasn't wrong to like leave this stuff in. Like they would have comboed on turn 1, 2. Yeah. God, this game started so great, and it would have been great if they didn't Bitter Triumph my Kaito. Here we are, getting soloed by Baragoyf. Nah, I'm good. It's too frustrating. Let's get one more in, though. Okay, on to the final round here. Fighting Magic Dads, who usually plays like Classic Reanimator. This hand has no lands in it, so let's mulligan. Sure, I'll Thoughtseize on the play, that's fine. They are good on 7. Not the most typical thing for Magic Dad's decks. Let's see what's going on, huh? And I think I'm fine to get Swamp here, just in case they're switching it up. Yep, that's Reanimator. Holy cow. Taking Shallow Grave does not feel good. Taking Dark Ritual is also not great. I'm going to take Shallow Grave. Entomb is a little too redundant, and my deck can actually exploit Entomb, as we saw in the last game. Kind of just want them to Thoughtseize this turn, which is like not great, because they'll probably take Ponder, unless they're dead set on Grizzlebrand, and then they might take Bowmasters. Fantastic. I don't see the point in pondering, like, what, I'll find Cling to Dust and then they'll just Thoughtseize before reanimating? Doesn't make sense. Spinning Lotus Petal. Yeah, they're not choked on mana, I would say. The blue mana is interesting, though. Like, what are they doing with that? Probably show and tell. Alright, let's play Bowmasters. They'll know not to get Grizzlebrand, but they would have known that anyways once this Thoughtseize resolves. They're at 9. I gotta say, like, one of the ways Classic Reanimator makes the situation hopeless is by hitting you with, like, Unmasks and, like, Dark Ritual Thoughtseize, leaving you with nothing. So I could still top deck out of this. Not if they get, like, something even worse, though. Narset. I think they'll probably just attack me, though. Alright. I think we can expect show and tell. At the same time, Red Blast is not that exciting against this deck. For obvious reasons. Take Agent, Kolaghan's Command can go. Consign, I like that more against this deck than the one we just previously faced. Am I bringing Red Blast? I don't know. Spellbomb, definitely. Kraza, no. Thoughtseize on the play. I'm cutting it. I'm cutting this shit. Cut the shit. Detect Intrusion can stay. Don't need this mountain or this bolt. And get the surgicals in here. Is one Red Blast better than, like, Strix? I don't think so. Ha! This hand is not bad, but I just can't in good conscience keep it. This one's fine. There are a few a little sketchy things about it, but I like how mobile it is. And if they just send it on Animate Dead here, Consign will be potent against that. They're not doing anything. I'm gonna Brainstorm. Okay. Won't matter too much if they're on a show and tell plan. But that might be very pessimistic of me. Okay. They are going to Surveil. And they put a card on top. What is it? Thoughtseize. Sure. Taking Brainstorm. I have another one of those. And it's right here. The Thoughtseize bug is real. That's a good one. Alright, put back Brazen Borrower and hide Murktide on top. If I have to shuffle it away, I'll still have Bowmasters as a clock, which I think is better overall since it has flash. Won't end the game as quickly, but we have to take a pretty defensive position in this matchup. They can kind of, you know, win out of nowhere. Damn, another card on top. Sure. And they take Bowmasters. Man, I really hope tapping out of Consign to Memory is not gonna, like, do me in. We'll have to see. Witherbloom Apprentice. Unmask me. Sure. Are they about to chain a Smog? Well, not immediately, but probably pretty soon. That's not a bolt, but I need to bluff, so I'm not going to play it out. Another Apprentice. No, I could feasibly keep them in it. I wonder if I'm supposed to extract Unmask, so they don't have a free way to gain life. We'll see what I draw. Nothing. Well, okay. Is there any way to get 3 more damage? I can't extract I can get 1 more damage by extracting, like, myself. I can get 2 more damage by extracting myself twice. It's not enough. Maybe that'll matter next turn, though. It's probably a better idea to just extract Unmask, though. Like, I don't really mind if they cast Thoughtseize. That would be life neutral. Let's see what's going on. Entomb, Reanimate. They don't have enough life for that. Yeah, they can gain some life. They can go up to 7 by casting Entomb twice. So I will have to surgical myself. Maybe I'll hit Consigned Memory right now. Baragoyf. Sure. Yep. There better not be some spell they can cast from their graveyard I'm forgetting about. I already looked at their deck though, didn't I? Well, I kinda did. I should have paid more attention. Yep. Card is good. I'll extract that surgical. And this should do it. Alright. I don't want to bring in Fatal Push to address Wither Smog. I really should have checked for blue cards. Alright, hold on. I'm checking the tapes. So yeah, there are 4 show and tells, but those are the only blue cards. I'll take 1 Red Blast over Baragoyf, I guess. But it does not feel very good. I feel like I should have this Lightning Bolt as well. We can go pretty low on lands in this matchup, I think. Yeah. Just becomes so much more important to have interaction rather than lands in some ways. It's funny. Not your average matchup. This hand is like fine against Wither Smog, but you kind of have to have some way you can stop them from just like sending it on turn 1. And this does that. There's no like blue card for the force, but I think we'll be fine. They're down to 5. And no play. That's good for this Thoughtseize. Not a very exciting draw, but that's okay. We probably would have wanted a 3rd land at some point anyways, so... Okay, yeah, there's some redundancy here. Let's extract those. Or I could just Edict. Yeah. It does go wrong, though. Like, if they draw Dark Ritual... No, if they draw Dark Ritual... Yeah, I can just extract while the Ritual's on the stack. So I guess we're fine. Binning Entomb. It's a powerful card, but yeah, I guess if you don't have the other part of the combo, it's the point. They're going for these fast wins, which seems like what you'd want to do. Alright. Get them to lose their last card here, because you do have to target yourself with the chain combo. It's very all in. Unmask me, okay. They're not going to fall victim to it. I do need to Edict now. And then they'll probably take Bowmasters, but maybe they'll take Surgical. I don't know. That might even chain me right now. No, not a bad draw. Pretty good draw, in fact. If I hit another land, this Cling is like discard spell proof. But I still need to look out for stuff like Shallow Grave, because even if I take the big monster out, if they Shallow Grave an Apprentice out, They still have that Chain of Smog sitting in their hand. Cabal Therapy. Well, they know what to name. Let's speed the clock up. 4 turns. Let's do it. Another Cling. We are soft to Cabal Therapy. Alright. I don't think clinging Cabal Therapy is worth it. Okay. We're in pretty good shape now. They need to draw another land if they want to show and tell something scary in. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh, okay. Well, that scared me. I was like, did they really draw show and tell and a monster? Is that their 2 unknown cards? Chain of Smog me. I could send it back at them. Sure. They already have a monster in the yard anyways. And now they have Grizzlebrand. So if they cast Shallow Grave, yeah, I guess I just do nothing. Alright, they're good. Maybe I'll draw Lightning Bolt. 3-2. Like I said at the beginning during the deck tech, I wasn't really chomping at the bit to record this release week video, just because I don't think any of the cards are really going to make it in Legacy. I could always be wrong about that. I didn't really think much of Aether Drift either, and Stock Up is a huge Eternal staple now, so sometimes things just go over your head. They just blow past you. But this time I think it's kind of safe to say that unless I'm really misunderstanding the way Mayhem works, it doesn't seem like Fleam or Gobin are that great. It is crazy how Gobin almost got us over the line against Blue Post. And if they just missed on that Karn top deck, or we drew some damage or something, I don't know, things could have been a little different. It was so close. It was insane. Or maybe if I played differently, like transformed Gobin at some point, that would have been 2 more damage perpetually, but it wouldn't have connived anymore, so it wouldn't have scaled further. But yeah, I'll have to look at that again. And then match 4 games for Scaminator. The second game was crazy. Really felt like I was in control the whole time. And then they bitter triumph my Kaito. I miss a bunch of draw steps. The 3rd Barragoyf. No, the 4th Barragoyf gets me because they actually reanimated another one. 4 Barragoyfs. What are you going to do? But, you know, I think it was a fine league. I think the deck is clearly very powerful even when we're playing quite a few cards that don't really do too much for us. Krazo is probably the most viable of all of them. But like I said, it does step on a lot of our own cards since we're a deck that counters spells and abilities, so I don't know. We never got to harness the Terminus of Return. I knew that was going to be hard to do. Couldn't keep a straight face when I said 6 black and tap, but you never know. Indestructible is a super powerful keyword. A mana rock is something that everyone can use. Everyone needs mana, except Monolith Dredge. Yeah, we'll see. I'm always ready to be surprised. And I guess I'll leave it there. Happy Eternal Weekend, everyone who's going, and everyone who's there. I'll be there. And like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Patreon for extra content. DM coaching, coaching sessions. It's all there. And I'll see y'all next time. See ya.